everyone. So we are the reporter of Group 8 and our topic for today is all about eating disorders. What is this eating disorders? Eating disorder is a mental disorder defined by abnormal eating behaviors that adversely affect a person's physical or mental health. These behaviors include eating either too much or too little. So, ang eating disorder daw po ay tumutukoy sa isang kondisyon ng kalusugan which is may malaking epekto sa katawan at isipan ng isang tao. Katulad na lamang ng pagbaba ng timbang. So, ngayon naman po, tatako naman po tayo sa 3 common eating disorders among dance athletes. Number 1, anorexia nervosa. It's characterized by self-starvation because of an intense fear of gaining weight. So, ang anorexia nervosa daw po ay isang seryosong karamdaman sa pagkain na inilalarawan ng matinding takot na tumaba, baluktot na imahe ng katawan, at paghihigpit sa pagkain. Narito, ito ay madalas na nagugutom ang isang tao, kumakain sila ng napakakaunti, at nag-ehersisyo ng sobra para mawalan ng timbang. Ang anorexia nervosa ay maaaring magdulot ng malubhang komplikasyon sa kalusugan tulad na lamang ng problema sa puso, bituka at buto. Ito naman po, bulimia nervosa, is a condition characterized by overeating and self-induced vomiting due to excessive feelings of guilt. Bulimia nervosa daw po ay isang karamdaman sa pagkain kung saan ang isang tao ay kumakain ng sobrang dami sa isang maikling panahon na tinatawag na overeating. Number 3 po, anorexia athletica is characterized by excessive exercising because of an intense fear of gaining weight. Samantala naman po, ang anorexia athletica ay isang karamdaman sa pagkain kung saan ang isang tao ay nag-ehersisyo ng sobra dahil sa takot na tumaba. Para sa kanila, ang pag-ehersisyo ay isang paraan para mapanatili ang kanilang timbang kahit na nakakaapekto na ito sa kanilang kalusugan. Ang po dito is yung isang atleta ay patuloy na nag-ehersisyo kahit ilang oras na bawat araw. Kahit pagod na siya, patuloy pa rin siya nag-ehersisyo at hindi na nakakakain sa tamang oras.
Ang part ko naman po dito sa report namin is dietary tips for dancers. May 3 tips po tayo sa dietary tips dancers. First po is eat frequent small meals throughout the day. Second naman po is eat breakfast that contains protein and whole grain carbohydrates. And lastly, drink water at regular intervals before, during, and after training. So, kailangan po nating uminom ng tubig bago at habang at pagkatapos ng training. So, mag-move naman po tayo dito sa how can dance athletes train to decrease risk of injury. Dito naman po is dance athletes must have 5 fitness levels to sustain long training periods and reduce risk of injury. Ito ay nagpapakita ng mga katangian. Una na dyan is pagiging maliksi at mabilis. Pangalawa po is pagkakaroon ng disiplina, hindi lang para sa sarili mo at para na rin sa ibang tao. And also to be a strong athlete, hindi lang din para sa sarili mo. Thank you.
Hello po, so ito po yung part ko sa report namin, which is the health-related fitness. So number 1 po natin dyan is the cardiovascular endurance, or also known as cardiorespiratory fitness. And it refers to the ability of your heart and lungs to work efficiently during sustained physical activity. So, ito pong cardiovascular endurance ay essential sa ating daily activities dahil nakatutulong po ito para ma-improve nito ang ating overall health. And pangalawa po is the muscular strength. Refers to the amount of force you can put out for the amount of weight you can lift. Dito naman po is it helps with every task, every task. For example, like lifting groceries, climbing stairs, and maintaining good posture and strong muscle. And nakatutulong din po ito para maprotektan po yung joints natin from injuries. So, pangatlo, the muscular endurance. This is the ability of your muscle to perform repeat contraction over a period of time without fatigue. So, dito naman po, it's important for activities that require sustained effort like carrying groceries or playing sports. And next is flexibility. This refers to the range of motion in your joints. Good flexibility helps improve posture and reduce muscle soreness and prevent injuries. So, dito po sa flexibility, di ko na masyadong i-explain kasi alam nyo naman na po siguro to. And lang po. Next is the body composition. This refers to the proportion of fat mass to lean body mass, like muscle, bone, and water. So, dadako na po tayo dito sa skill performance related fitness. So, dito naman po is focus on abilities that enhance athlete performance and movement efficiency. So, number 1 po natin dyan is the power. Sometimes known as explosive strength, and it is the ability to use strength at speed. So, for example po natin dito, kasi nasabi nating athlete, so, example po natin dito is sa sports po. Sa sports po like weightlifting, jumping, and throwing require a lot of power. And sunod po is speed. It is the ability to move your body quickly from point to another. And example po natin ulit dito is yung swimming and running. Kasi ginagamitan po natin to ng lakas pang mapabilis yung ating pagtakbo or pag-swim. And the next is the coordination. Sabi dito, it is the ability to use different body parts together smoothly and efficiently. So, coordination is essential for sports like tennis, golf, and even playing musical instrument. And the next point is balance. It is the ability to maintain equilibrium both when standing still and when moving. So, for example po natin dito is surfing and skating. Kasi ito po ay ginagamitan natin ng balance upang hindi po tayo matumba. So, next po is the agility. Sabi po dito, it is the ability to change direction quickly and easily while keeping your balance and control. So, dito po, for example po natin is sa sports po, like basketball, soccer, and dance. Kasi ito po ay ginagamitan po natin ng lakas. And the last po is reaction time. Refers to the time needed to respond consciously to an external stimulus. So, for example po natin dito is sa boxing and fencing, and especially sa video games po. Kasi nangangailangan po yun ng oras. Like sa boxing po, may time limit lang po. So, dito na po nagtatapos ang aking part sa report. So, thank you po.
Good morning everyone, my name is John Lloyd Pimentel. Next, dito is dance athletes are advised to perform supplement training by following. Ang supplement training ay ang mga aktibidad na nagbibigay ng kadagdagang lakas, flexibility, endurance at stability na hindi nakakamit sa pamamagitan ng pagsasayaw lamang. So, Narito ang uri ng supplement training. Number 1, strength training. Mahalaga ito para sa pagbuo ng muscular endurance at lakas lalo na sa lower body, binti at balakang. Core muscle, mga halimbawa ay weightlifting, body weight exercise tulad ng squats, lunges at planks. So, sunod naman dito is the FITT principles. FITT stands for frequency, intensity, time and type. Halimbawa ng FITT-based exercise. Number 1, frequency, gaano kadalas? 3 to 4 times a week upang mapanatili ang consistency at patuloy na mapabuti ang cardiovascular endurance. Number 2, intensity, gaano kahirap? Moderate to high intensity. Ito ay maaaring sukatin base sa heart rate o perceived exertion scale. 7-8 sa scale na 1 to 10. Dapat medyo mabilis ang paghinga at puso ngunit kaya pa ring makipag-usap ng bahagya. Number 3, time. Gaano katagal? 30 to 45 minutes per session. Maaaring magsimula sa mas maikling oras para sa mga baguhan at unti-unting pahabain habang lumalakas ang endurance. So, dito na naman number 4, type. Anong klase ng ehersisyo? Cardiovascular exercise, brisk walking, jogging, cycling, or swimming. Pinapanatili ang mga ehersisyong ito dahil ang layunin ay mapaganda ang cardiovascular endurance. So, balik tayo dito sa frequency. Frequency is at least 3 times a week. Tumutukoy sa minimum na dami ng beses na kinakailangan mong mag-ehersisyo upang makamit ang mga benepisyong ng physical na aktibidad. 3 beses kada linggo. Sunod, intensity is 70% to 90% than sa maximal heart rate. Ayon kina Dajeme and Calio 2016 ay tumutukoy sa antas ng hirap o effort na inilalagay sa isang aktibidad. Sa ganitong intensity, ang puso ng isang dancer ay nagtatrabaho sa malapit na maximum capacity nito na nagpapahusay ng cardiovascular endurance, lakas at overall performance. Last, muscular fitness is the ability of the muscle to generate maximal force and sustain contraction. Number 1, muscular fitness ay tumutukoy sa kakayahan ng mga kalamnan na makabuo ng pinakamataas na lakas. Halimbawa, pagpapanatili ng plank position o pagsasagawa ng maraming repetitions ng push-ups o set-ups. So, yun lamang po yung part ko.